We do have the scores updated, and we are in then game 2. Viper changes his color every single time. But I just feel like in this type of tournament, between these type of players, we need to have the colors not on team colors. So, anyway, Lojza is here in the green. I'm going to turn the chat off real quick. But Viper's then in the yellow. Now, this is the color that Viper played an awful lot throughout his career, if you can call it a career. But we have Franks and Celts then. And again, haven't really gone over the Civ's choices, but at this point it doesn't really matter all that much. Obviously, we see the Civ. So, Viper's choosing Celts. I like that choice an awful lot, especially for the Viper, but we'll discuss why. He has this gold here on the left. There's a Relic right next to it, so free gold if he does take it. He has nice wood lines, safe wood lines, and a lot of space in the back, and a secondary gold in the back as well, which is really nice for him. Now, as far as other resources, I guess the only worry for him is that he does have stone here up against the walls, stone here up against the walls, and if you potentially wanted to go for castles at some point, and he didn't have the map control, that would not be good for him. You know, sometimes you just want to get a TC up on some stone, and we've seen that in the first 2 games thus far. You get the TC up on stone, you get a castle up, and push out. But he can't do that in this situation for sure, so we'll see. Now for Lojza then, he of course is here in the green. He has a forward gold, but not forward enough to really be visible for Viper or cause too many problems, I don't think. And also he does have gold back here, which he hasn't scouted. I wonder if he'll scout that. I guess he hasn't found the sheep yet either, though he knows they're there. But, whose boar is this, actually? Is this Viper's boar? Let's see. Viper sees his boar out there, and he can also see the walls of Lojza. I mean, these guys are quite close together, which is the next thing I was going to note. Viper needs to be careful. Lojza doesn't choose to lame him. But has Lojza seen that boar? Oops. Lojza's just out of sight of the boar. Imagine this. I mean, he's just that close to being able to lame Viper on arena. Wow. And of course, some people don't like laming, but it's a tournament, so it's something. Oh, there comes the scout here. I think Viper's going to get it. And oh, even a sheep came inside as well. Nice, the boar's causing problems. But anyway, so Celts and Franks. Well, again, they don't have good monks, so we're not going to see a ton of monks. The relic positioning I'll focus on in a moment. But, you know, Celts, they have the fast-firing siege. Also, they have the wood chopping bonus, which is great for them. Franks, they have the farm bonus, but also, you know, Franks, they have fantastic knights. Possibly see a knight come out, I'm not sure. But the problem is you don't really want to be going with knights too heavily, as monks could come out, even though you don't have fantastic monk civs here. Lojza here trying to use his scout to lure his boar efficiently. But he actually forced the boar to go back. Unfortunate for him, but he's now... I wonder if these straggler trees are causing issues. Yep, he's going to get it through the straggler trees. But we do have the relics then here. One's right outside of the Viper's base. This one's out here as well. So I think those two definitely advantage Viper as far as positioning. This one is closer then to the walls than for Lojza. And this one is as well. So I guess you could say as far as positioning, 2 for Lojza, 3 for Viper, as 1 for sure is within Viper's base. But it all depends on how the fights are taken. And Viper's lost a villager? He lost the villager, guys. That is a dead villager. And look at the spec dashboard at the bottom here. I actually pointed with my left hand. It's like, look at the spec dashboard. You can't see me. Yeah. He lost a vill. And so that means he'll probably go up a vill less and just manage his eco a little bit better. But, interesting. So, both these guys are luring in their deer. They both have warable deer. Viper's making the most of an interesting situation here. And, as far as what you guys were saying with the ranks, I actually agree with you, and we've seen Viper do it once. I think Milmano and I are actually casting those games, believe it or not. you can just mass up a lot of knights while your opponent thinks he's safe. Just bust through the walls and just send in so many knights and cause so many problems. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Viper's map is relatively good. I guess you get a TC up here. TC up here. He might choose to get one on both wood lines. I'm not sure, but I feel like Viper, of all people, would be able to deal with that. Like last game, Viper lost because his one TC just did not work out. Lojza had to deal with the pressure himself. And of course, Viper has the knowledge to say, hey, Lojza is Franks, he's probably going to try and do something a little bit tricky. But, who knows? Who knows? It's fun to speculate, but last game, Vikings beat Britons, and using primarily skirmishers and arbalests. So, I mean, Trebs as well, but you can't speculate in this game really all that much, and or at least be made fun of for it if you get it wrong, unless you're Milmano, because he just predicts everything wrong all the time. Oh man, that was the first thing that came to mind when I said that, Milmano. Sorry, it's just a joke. So anyway, Viper. He's gone up with that one less villager like we discussed. He actually has more resources as well. And I wonder, he had 4 deer versus Lojza having 3, I believe. But still. Well, I don't think we're going to see a castle drop. Only because if you do a castle drop, you need to have kind of some map control at this level. I mean, Viper probably going to have something for map control himself, or he might just full boom, who knows, but you get the castle up, that kind of alerts Viper that he needs to defend, and Viper would just wall up and get siege behind his walls. So castle drop at this level, not really great unless you have forward resources. Also, it's really better when you have, what am I missing? Lojza, stop screwing me up, man, attacking the walls, but it's only really effective, or hugely effective, when you have a unique unit you can use. So, Viper's on his way to the castle age first, down a villager. Maybe he killed the villager, I don't know. But, I actually saw him kill one of his own vills, because Doubt said he lost a vill, and Viper just kills his own vill. That was not in a tournament game, of course. So, looking at Viper's build now, it looks as though he's just going to go, well, he could afford a siege workshop for sure, but he's definitely going to be able to get the TCs up. Then if you look for Lojza, he is still down in resources. He didn't go with a barracks to get a stable out, to go any knights. So, you know, he's going to probably try and do the same thing, but Viper down a village seems to be ahead with the small things. The farm bonus could pay off, though, for Lojza not having to build farms as quickly as Viper. But I do think the wood bonus just is so much better. Yeah, it's hard. I switched to Lojza's position, actually, because when the walls are being attacked, I freak out and I think something important is happening. But Lojza's just, I mean, of course, you want to just, like, kind of bother your opponent and distract them. And that's exactly what he's doing to me. So, Viper's up now. He's getting Bowsaw. As is Lojza. Lojza getting a TC up on the stone, which Viper cannot really afford to do, like I said. They're saying that he's actually doing that. You know what? This TC, if any pressure did come in, would be the closest to any pressure, really, depending on where it came in. I assume it would come in right here, and that TC would be very close to it. I guess good thing is Lojza's not going with any ranged units, so there's really no fear. Viper doesn't really have to fear that any crossbows are going to have to come in and shoot his stone miners. But 3 TCs then for Viper, and as you can see, he's put them quite a forward position to stop any intrusions if they do come in. Now TC there on that gold for Lojza, TC there. And Monastery for both players, but nothing to really combat the monks except the original scout. Does Lojza have his original scout here? Lojza does not have his original scout, so That's huge. Viper can actually use this scout here to pick off monks and also get some scouting information. So he does have visibility of all the relics. He's going to try and get this one in. Lojza, in my opinion, is a bit behind now. He's not going to get this relic. So Viper's going to get that for sure. I mean, this monk can't convert that monk, so they're just going to run right by each other. And Viper as well could use his scout to pick off these monks from Lojza. And his micro is exceptional. Viper's also 3 villas ahead, doing quite well. But it all kind of depends on the plays from these players and what they choose to do with military. Of course, we have oh, Viper! There's a TC there. He needs to be careful. I mean, of course, the HP on the scouts don't matter too much when you're attacking monks. Well, matter at all, but it's not like they can pick up their staff and start whacking you with it. Viper's going to go out and try and get this rug. This is really good. He's going to try and get this one. Lojza's coming out with 2 monks, so he can try and pick off the scout, potentially. But oh, and Viper's gonna get that one too! Oh my gosh. Delete your scout. Okay, he's deleted the scout. And there's nothing Lojza can do to get this relic now, which is the funniest thing to see. He's just gonna run, just watch Viper run right by him. Viper's gonna try and race then to the other relics here. There's one left. Where is it though? Does Lojza already have one? No, he does. Oh, it's the one within his base. Yeah, he has all 5 relics already. Yeah, look at that. He's fooled me as well. Sorry, Lojza. He's just that good. And Viper seems to have a good advantage right now. Just a vill or 2 ahead. He's also on 4 TCs. Now, this is the annoying part. Oh, there's a vill inside. Yeah, okay. So that was nice from Lojza. He converted one of Viper's vills, and instead of letting it get converted back, he just deleted it. So that's essentially a kill. But it's interesting because these monks can't be stopped. They can't stop each other. So as you saw, Lojza's monks just standing there in range of Viper's monks. Viper just had to watch it happen. While the 5 relics is important, it's not that important in early game. It really isn't. Once you get into the Imperial Age, late Imperial Age, it's huge. But as you can see, lots of gold here for Lojza to collect. And he's a bit behind in eco now, so he needs to be careful. But Viper's doing the same thing now. He's just trying to delay eco with his monks here. And I doubt we'd really see too much happen if we were to see a conversion here from Viper. I mean, it's just going to kill the unit. I suppose he could try and lame some resources. He could try and build houses along the golds or something if he got a conversion, but Viper's actually now, like, if you look at his balance, he's gone up to 4 TCs, so it's going to definitely delay him as far as his time's concerned. He's gotten a stable out, and he's going scouts. Wow, Lojza's already clicked up to the Imperial Age. Looking at Lojza, I mean, Lojza's only 9 villas behind. He's putting a castle there. And because these walls are so close together, he could easily just trap outside Viper's walls upon his TCs and buildings. And even the monastery. But what's Viper... Oh, this is interesting. He's making scouts? I'm not sure why he's making the scouts. Maybe we'll send him out now and try and pick off the Mangonel. I'm not so sure. But certainly, if you do go up to the extra TC... you're spending a little bit more food to keep it running, so it does take a lot of time. But the nice thing here for Lojza is he has this other stone secure now. And he has that stone as well. He has a ton of stone, actually. And in this matchup, it actually wouldn't be too bad to see throwing axemen. And look at that. The thing with throwing axemen is you need to mass them. And, oh, look! What is it? He got to... Oh my gosh, he got the conversions here. I'm not sure where his monks are. I guess they got picked off. But he did do exactly what I said Viper could do, as Viper has run away now, and he got villagers converted from within Viper's base, and now he's laming. Wow. That is... that's lame, is what it is, but it's effective. Yeah, so I think now there's a pause, but, I'm just looking at the approach here of Lojza, right? He actually doesn't have a stable. He doesn't even have a barracks. So he has a castle, and he'll be able to get a second one shortly. He's going to be in the Imperial Age. He's going to go for throwing axemen, at least for now. His resources, he's kind of low, of course, and he's going to need to spend them, so that's understandable. But, yeah. Throwing axemen. That's a relatively good idea against the Cal 2. I guess they go Woad Raiders, the throwing axemen. Well, they need upgrades, but they're not too bad in mass. The problem is that, and hopefully they don't unpause. I'm going to check the lobby real quick. Everyone's still there. Yeah, so we shouldn't have to worry. I assume it's just a pause. But, anyway, the thing with throwing axemen is that they're darn expensive. We're looking at, well, real quick, 55 food and 25 gold for a unit that needs to be massed. So Viper's going to just mass up some defense here, but that's effective laming, even with a little bit of stone walling. And Lojza's going to, I mean, Viper should garrison his TC. Lojza's just going to attack the TC. And Viper's not even going to idle his TC to deal with it. Just going to leave the vills there. You know what? Is he going to just try and convert them instead of kill them? Because if he converts them, that's 2 more vills in his favor. I feel like he should try and convert them. But anyway, there are castles here for Lojza, and he's getting a Treb out right away. He's getting forging. Try and deal with any pressure. He is finally getting a barracks up. Viper's just letting these vills in his base right now. There's actually Lojza who paused. It looks like the chat is showing up a little bit late. Yeah, Viper, okay, he's going to convert them. Lojza's going to have to pay attention to that, but yeah, he's going to kill him. Alright, so only 3 throwing axemen right now from Lojza. He's actually low on wood, which is a problem. I guess, suppose he could buy resources with the amount of gold he has. But if he's going to do the Treb approach like he did last time, he's going to need more wood, as this castle is not building anything. He's going to get conscription, build another castle. He's building castles all outside Viper's base. So Viper is going to be down in castles, and there's going to be so many Trebs. You know, I think this is fantastic from Lojza. He's going to have so many Trebs here in a moment. And what is Viper going to do? Well, I suppose he could go Rams. He's Maganel there. He has a lot of resources himself. But he's building barracks in the back. He actually has relocated some of his relics now to the back, it looks like, which is nice. He's going to be able to get these for sure, as Lojza's just pushing around. But, yeah, Lojza's approach, really nice. He's just sticking with the Trebs. I wish I could actually see a throwing axeman so I could see the upgrades and tell you, but if you look at this, Viper is, well, quite a bit ahead with the eco. He does have the relics in the back. He's building a defensive castle, so we'll have 2. And he's going to have those relics for sure. But Lojza's just going Trebs. And how do you engage the Trebs right now if you're Viper, honestly? I mean, the Trebs can push in a little bit further. And the interesting thing is, Lojza won't stop. He will not stop. He's just castling everywhere. Viper's not going to be able to really push out to the outermost parts of the map. Lojza is walling in the Viper effectively on this side as well. The Viper is stuck. He is stuck. And, he's going to have to push this back. So he's going with Onager upgrade. And that's an interesting decision. In fact, he either canceled the Onager upgrade. Oh, he got the Onager upgrade in. Okay. And that's really good. I was going to say, if he lost it again, that would not be good. But he's going to have to use his micro here. And that's exceptional micro. Exceptional attack ground. But look at the Trebs just firing over top Viper's walls right now. So Viper is going with mainly siege at this point. He's building his own Trebs. Viper has a lot more resources, but the problem is, it's like, even his wood lines will be in range of attack at some point. I mean, Viper's pushing out here to go to TC. He does have a couple Wood Raiders and pikemen to try and stop this wall, potentially. Is he going to do it? He's going to run out this way. This could actually be huge. That way he could break out and try and stop any other TCs from Lojza, and he is going to stop it. Wow, it's just perfect timing, really. I assume he'll be able to kill that villager as well. So we have how many Trebs here from Lojza? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Trebs. And as that Vill goes down, Viper, how many does he have? He has 5 as well. He has Onager. And it's the one throwing axeman coming in here to try and cause problems, but it won't really be that effective. There's only forging and +1 defense then, so +1 attack, +1 defense for Lojza. Ooh, I'm really bad with pronunciations on this, but for Celtica, and Viper looks like he is going to be walled in now, but he's getting that upgrade in, which is going to be good for him for the extra HP on his siege. If you remember last time, his onagers went down pretty quickly. He's going to build siege workshop out here. But this is really interesting now. Viper has more vills, but Cavalier from Lojza, and honestly, if Viper does not go with like pikemen or halb or something to defend his traps or his siege, I guess he has a couple of them here, but not much, he could be in trouble. And then, of course, the throwing axemen from Lojza, they're trash shredders, so Lojza's play right now seems to be incredible, but that castle will go down without a shadow of a doubt. Viper's just going to pack up his trebs and run. But does he see this? Does he see? Yeah, now he sees the Cavalier, so he knows what's up, but he's going just siege right now. And I guess he could try and get an attack around there to kill some units, but it's not going to do too much. Just siege. Not going to work out all that well against Cavalier, as the Cavalier come in and try and really wreak havoc. They've killed, well, can kill these siege rams. They've killed 2 onagers now. Elite Woad Raiders come in for Viper, and he is getting a halberdier as well. He's gotten a conversion there on a Cavalier. So while Lojza has walled in Viper, he hasn't really pushed in. And as I said, he's pushing in here, but is that castle going to go down? It's going to go down after this shot. Wow. Wow. Really alert play from Viper. He was just out here with his trebs. He brought him right back, and I think he'll be able to defend this as well. Oh, he just shot with his onagers upon these Cavalier and damaged his own treb. But, yeah. Lost 1 treb, potentially 2. Yeah, he just killed his own treb. But, still good defense, I think. He is going with the halb upgrade, and the halb upgrade will be good. He can pick off this trap then from Lojza, as Lojza misses, and yeah, Viper has defended. He's completely walled in. He's defended. He has the relics at the back. He has a lot of resources as well, but he's a lot of food, and you don't really need the food for Celts at this point. I mean, I guess you could save it up for Siege Onager. I would love to see that, but I don't know if you can justify Siege Onager, really, because Siege Onager doesn't really counter all that much that Lojza has out here. I guess a big Siege Onager shot and throwing axeman, but Lojza's coming out again. Viper has a lot of resources he's not spending right now. He needs to be careful, because I mean, if he loses these trebs and he just didn't spend resources, that's a huge waste of both the trebs resources that he used to create, and look at that, they're all going down, but also the resources that he could spend. He's pushing back on this side. A castle's going up then for Lojza, but I think it would just go right down, honestly, if it does go up. The Woad Raiders are coming out. Viper can see the vills there. He's going to have to focus on every one. And it's almost best if you deny it right before it goes up, as they waste more stone on it. And yeah, look at that. 400 HP away from going up. Viper denies it. Viper seems to be defending wonderfully right now and killing the trebs. Lojza's run out of steam. He has no upgrades really for these throwing axemen. Well, he doesn't have the elite upgrade in yet, which is huge. Viper is pushed out here to this gold now. Lojza knows it. Lojza's trying to just deal with the siege rams here. Chemistry is coming in for Viper and Siege Onager as well. So he definitely is going to continue with the Siege Onagers. And I think he's defending here wonderfully, honestly. I'm not sure if Lojza built something here and his villagers are just running around to continue building what they built before, but he is going to try and lame this up a bit. He did get fortified walls, so that will help. This here, well, Viper needs to be careful with these villagers, honestly, because the throwing axemen are coming over, and they're just going to die if he doesn't run now. He should at least garrison the gold. But Viper's holding here on the front pretty good, I'd say. And his onagers could pick off the trebs, and he needs to be careful because there's Cavalier right there. He's going to pick off the trebs, though. Yep, that treb's going to go down. I can't really say if it's worth it, as he's lost villagers on this side. And Viper is still yet to actually push out. I mean, he broke out a little bit on this side. He could kill 5 villagers as well as Lojza's. He lost 5, but He hasn't actually pushed out of his walls just yet. But the problem for Lojza is he has like very little gold right now. He's just gold on the back. Viper's actually out here. I'm not even sure how he got out here. But he's on that gold, so he knows that Lojza takes it. And I think at this rate, Viper's going to get this gold as well. So the map control, believe it or not, is Viper's, even though Lojza pushed forward with castles. Really interesting. Siege Workshop and everything coming up over here. Viper's continuing to build out. He does have a Siege Honor here, though. Maybe he just wanted to cut that wood line. I'm not sure. But he should be okay. I mean, the Cavalier, they are getting attacked by Halbs as well. But they are tanky as well. Lojza just doesn't have the paladin upgrade. He just doesn't seem to have the resources. Well, Viper's just saving up his resources. And he's going to definitely secure that gold. He has siege rams here. And the thing is you mass siege onagers and you do attack rounds, they'll destroy even Cavalier. So at this point, I think it's really bad for Lojza. He's probably going to lose his castle. Viper just cheekily running forward with the siege onagers and getting a shot, and then running back without losing any. And Woad Rider's still coming out from Viper. This castle will go down, and Halp's coming in, though they're really not great against the elite throwing axemen now, but still, Viper has good control. Oh, as I say that, actually, he's losing the vills in this gold. This gold has been really contested this game. Yeah, you guys can have the conversations regarding chemistry. But looking at the resources for Viper, looking at the resources for Lojza. So Lojza is really in a bad spot here. Of course, he needs to win his fights as well. He's running out of gold, and Viper just has the relics in the back of his base. So, I mean, Viper is in a fantastic position right now. Lojza's really going to have to do something special, I think, to turn this around. And running vills towards the Siege Workshop is not it. It's going to lose your units. But good unit combination here from Viper. I mean, if he just went Halbs, the elite throwing axemen would shred them from Lojza. So he's kind of mixing it up with all the infantry and still attack rounds everywhere from Viper. Doing a great job. He's going heavy Scorpion as well now. And it just completed. Light Cav coming from Lojza, but honestly, you're not going to raid your way to victory at this point in the game, especially between castles. So there was once like, what? 1, 2, I think 4 castles here for Lojza. Now has 1 left on the front. 2 left in total. He did build some other ones. Viper's pushing out here. We'll see how quickly one of these players reacts to this, because Viper's cleaned up. He's going to run out to this gold, and you know, being able to secure that would be huge. But how do you stop Viper now if you're Lojza? I mean, the Franks, we talked about in the Castle Age how they could maybe do some damage. But Lojza decided to go to the Imperial Age and drop castles and trebs. He's been pushed back, and I just don't see him actually. I mean, as this gold is Viper's, this gold is soon to be Viper's as the Halfs come over. And I just don't see him pushing this back. I would really like to see some huge siege onager shots. I don't care if it's only against throwing axemen, but the Scorpions, they're just killing these light caps so quick. I mean, the Halves barely touched them. And I didn't even see a siege onager go down there, really. This is bad for Lojza. This is do or die time. I think it was do or die time a while ago, as this castle's getting fired upon. Lojza's just trying to lame this, or at least wall it in, before he loses his vills. But he will lose his vills, and Viper's sending more over. Lojza now, he's at 50 military, but it's just throwing axemen, and that could go down in the blink of an eye. That castle's very close to going down. In fact, there's only 2 trebs, so I think it depends on the timing. Yep, it is going to go down. And this castle as well being focused down from Viper, so Viper's just focusing down every castle right now. And even the Scorpions will actually be pretty effective against the throwing axemen. So, I mean, even before the siege onagers come in, they're not going to be fantastic if they receive some hits. But there's the GG from Lojza, and I was kind of waiting for it in that moment. I was like, when is it going to happen? There we go. I I made Viper with more vills, more military. His resources, absolutely insane. I'm going to take a quick look at the achievements, as that concludes the game, obviously. And we have then Viper with more kills. Not a huge difference. Like, if you just looked at this, it wouldn't tell the story of the game. But Viper with 3k more gold, a lot more food wood collected, and keep in mind Viper actually lost a vill. With the uptimes, Viper was up before, and he actually